Oh, the early day. Oh, I dropped my phone. Oh no, the early days of entrepreneurship. My early years, at least. What a crazy time of my life. Is that a knife? That's not a knife. This is a knife. Crocodile Dundee. Last man on earth. Carter Owen. Anyways, if anyone understood that beginning bit, then you're awesome. It's from a show. Anyways, today I'm gonna do a very planned video, like unplanned. There's no writing I did before this. There's no real thinking I did before this. The only real thinking that I did was just give my honest thoughts on my entrepreneurship journey and where it's gotten me and what I've learned. So that's what today is going to be about. This is like a totally different type of talking video. Like, I'm going to go on for as long as I go on. So stay here with me and we'll see how long this video actually turns out. Might not turn out that long, I don't know, but the early years of my entrepreneurship journey. Now, for those of you who don't know, my name's Carter Owen. I run this YouTube channel where I do self-help videos, videos on spirituality, videos like acoustic covers, music, a lot of stuff like that, and geek content, stuff like that. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and subscribe, leave a like, turn on the notification bell, all that stuff. But the early years of my entrepreneurship journey were really sad, really just not sad, but just really like blank and hopeless. It wasn't like bad. It wasn't like I was sad or anything like that. But I definitely did have like a purpose that I had developed. It was about, I don't know when I got this surgery, maybe 2014. If you guys don't know, I have something called pectus excavatum. That is basically a genetic disease where your chest caves in. If you've ever seen someone with like the dipped in chest, I have that like to an extreme, or I had that to an extreme. So basically it was pushing down on my heart and lungs, right? So I had to get bars put in to my actual chest and to bump out my chest. So that's something that happened, and when that happened, they drugged me a lot, and not like force, like a hospital gave me drugs and stuff, like pills to help deal with the pain. And I remember I just wasn't allowed to go outside for a whole summer. And dude, oh my gosh, the amount of that's probably one of the lowest times of my life. I was watching some of the dumbest stuff. It was really where I think I developed a lot of my addictions, but it also is where I developed a huge hunger for whatever reason. And this was me at like maybe 14 or 13 years old. At 13 years old, I was getting interested in entrepreneurship. I was getting interested in making my own money. And I always wanted to make some sort of company or some big idea. I was always after this big idea. It would change, the big idea would change or adapt or whatever from time to time, but I always had like a big thing I wanted to do. And that's always what keeps me filled, is just having a big thing I want to do. And entrepreneurship was that big thing, and it still is. And I would say I didn't even make it. I haven't made it where I really want to make it yet in entrepreneurship, but the main thing that I realized was that it's very easy. I just have to have a camera. And back at this time, my tech wasn't very good. I was like a kid. I couldn't afford anything really, but I had what my parents gave me, which was a laptop, and that was actually just from school, and there was a webcam on the laptop. So I started filming and uploading just a bunch of different videos of me on a webcam. And I've always filmed with cameras here and there in my life. It's always been something I've liked. But, I started making these videos on YouTube, and I had some YouTubers I had been watching over the course of me getting better from the pectus surgery. And I just got this obsession. I got obsessed with this guy named David Franco, with the one guy, the Lamborghini guy, here in my garage, got my new Lamborghini, knowledge guy, if you know that meme. I just got really interested in successful people who are doing, maybe not even successful people, as David Franco would show, not necessarily like killing it, right? But like realistically, like living on his own terms, living on my own terms, doing what I want to do and getting paid for it, right? And sometimes you have to do what you don't want to do, but that's a part of what I want to do. And so I discovered very early on that making videos for people just wasn't enough. I needed to add some sort of quality, some sort of spice. I needed to get better before I actually went on and tried to make some money from it. And my original thought was YouTube. Let's just go through YouTube. And this was actually before there was a limit on, I believe this was before there was a limit on the partnership program. So I was trying to apply, but for some reason I couldn't. I don't remember exactly what it was, but there was something to do with the partnership program. And I realized that I was not going to be able to make money at this point. But so I waited. I kept developing my skills over that time. And if you don't have, the ability yet to make money from your videos, if you don't think you have that ability, good job on noticing that. So take time and just learn for a year or 6 months. Just really practice that craft. So I just did YouTube a lot. And there are videos that you can still see from that time, but most of those videos are unlisted just because they're kind of stupid and it's just when I was young. But yeah, I would say just start practicing. That's the main thing is if you can't make money at first, okay? You got to practice. You got to get good at your craft. Once I was good at my craft well enough, I think this was maybe like 2015, maybe 16, I decided to start a Fiverr account, and this is the biggest thing that I ever decided to do. The best thing I ever decided to do. This was like a huge step into action. So I get on Fiverr. Takes me a long time to gain these clients. What I ended up doing was a order for order thing. So basically I would order what he had, and I found a random guy that was selling stuff on Fiverr. I would order what he had and he would order what I had. So it's like a trade, right? And so that gets both of us into the algorithms so that we get more customers. So we're just helping each other out. Well, so I did that, and after a while, surely enough, I gained a whole client base. And I am ashamed to say that I've lost that whole client base. There was a lot of stuff that was happening. There was back then I did really, really good on those orders. As time's gone on, I've found I get really lazy. I've gotten more lazy. And when you're just starting to do something, it's new and exciting and fun. Fiverr got very boring for me, and I just wish that I would have pushed through those moments where I didn't want to work. And that's all. That's the main thing I would tell you guys. Entrepreneurship is awesome. Okay, it's fun, and you're living life on your own terms, but it is hard. And the hardest part about it is the fact that it's not that hard. You know what I mean? It's not that hard. And so it's not that hard. So if that's all you do, if that's all your focus is on entrepreneurship, you're not gonna get very far. I totally skipped on what I was talking about, but entrepreneurship is something that you need to be disciplined for. You need discipline for it. If you can complete the orders, then you should do it. You should go sign up for Fiverr, Upwork, all those places where you can make money. Just push through the hard stuff, man. Push through the hard times. That's the main thing. Just don't procrastinate, because our job's so easy. If we let ourselves fall into comfortability, we don't make any money. And it's easy to do that because we're already basically living a luxurious life. Because entrepreneurship is awesome. You can make a lot of money. You can live a really cool life. You can do really cool things. And you can help a lot of people with the money that you make from it. Just make sure that you're being realistic. Make sure that you're able to put in that work. Make sure you're putting in that work. If you have the work now, man, I'm telling you, I wish I would have done it when I was younger. The work that I had to do right away. So, take what you will from this video, but that is my thoughts on entrepreneurship. That's where I am currently. I am just focusing on YouTube now, trying to make sure I can make money from YouTube, which was the ultimate goal. Fiverr, I'm probably going to go back on that again. Been struggling with a couple of clients, not having much work coming through, but today I am, in fact, an entrepreneur, and I do believe I've shaped my future into productivity that I'm proud to be a part of. So that's it. It's starting to rain, so I got to protect my gear. I'll see you guys in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell button, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.